Idaho is growing. We all know that. And along with it can come growing pains, like not having community infrastructure needs met or ensuring that there are enough resources to go around. But sometimes it's less about the physical changes and more about the personal ones.
Idaho is home to nearly 2 million people, 13% of which identify as Hispanic or Latino. And to help that community, a local organization is working to help understand Latino families' experiences in Idaho's school districts.
Brenda Rodriguez joins us right now to tell us how they're doing that. Brenda, tell us about it.
Well, Idaho's American Civil Liberty Union launched their Story Project collection. So far, they've learned instances of racism, discrimination, and discipline, and also policing in schools. I also spoke to a Nampa parent who says that she hopes this project will help spark change. As the Latino community continues to grow here in the Gem State, Idaho's American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, is making sure Latino students have a safe space to learn.
Folks are interested in talking about education, and it's such an important issue to them. And with Latino community being such a growing part of the state and such an essential part of the state, it's important to be focusing on young students' experiences.
ACLU launched a new story collection project to gather stories from Latinos learning in Idaho schools.
We learned about issues generally. From those conversations and the conversations that we kept on having, we've tried to focus now a little bit more on racism, policing, and discrimination, because it's what we're hearing most about.
Some of the questions parents, students, and educators will be asked.
What are issues that are important to you? Have you ever faced, for example, in school, any racism, any discrimination, any discipline of any kind that's disproportionate in the amount of discipline?
For the second part of the project, ACLU is hosting community listening sessions.
Sharing things from anti-discrimination protections, what students can do if they ever have interactions with police or law enforcement in school, and even protections that students with disabilities have or English learners have.
Their goal is to help address these issues and build a sense of community. A community Nampa parent, Chandra Reina, said she wished she had when she faced discrimination.
I was starting to see my own children, but also hear from my family and community members that our students were just being policed, that they were what I would consider being harassed, being questioned a lot, just having a lot of overall surveillance on them at school. And I felt like it was starting to affect their experience in schools, but also make them feel distance from their school environment.
Reina says her daughter chose to leave in-person school because of her experience and opted for online learning instead.
This is what's happening, and this is why we're choosing to remove her from your school. What I would have expected as a parent was, I'm really sorry to hear that. What can we do to make her situation better? We don't want her to not have an actual in-person experience. I didn't get that. I got it, okay, that's good, we'll fill out your paperwork. That isn't the response that we should be getting.
It's an issue she says is common in the state.
I honestly think that we have a lack of diversity in not only our teachers, which the students have brought as a concern to the school district and to the school level, but also particularly in our administration.
Reina says the ACLU's project will help schools and the community understand these challenges.
This could be an education tool for folks to say, look at the data. How can you take that information and build it into your everyday actions in your school to make sure those students do feel welcome?
Now, they are still collecting stories and hoping to hear from more families, but their goal is to really have a full report showing all of this data. And of course, this is just barely in the beginning phases.
All right, we're going to hear a lot more about it. Thank you so much, Brenda.